Okay, I'm being completely honest. A couple months ago, whenever YouTube took down my Crash Tag Team Racing video, I was very annoyed because, this was a video I had made and put work into. However, then I looked closer into the video and I think I figured out why they took it down. The reason they took down my video was because I noticed I was doing nothing but ranting about Crash Tag Team Racing. So I decided to re-review it today for you, and today we're going to take a look at Crash Tag Team Racing, both the good and the bad. Not just the bad, we're taking a look at the goods and the bads of Tag Team. Now, over the last couple of videos, I have really been giving a lot of crap about Tag Team, but today I'm going to stop that. We're just going to take a look at Tag Team fairly, and we're going to give it a chance. So, yeah. Is Crash Tag Team Racing okay? Is it actually, just okay? Well, let's figure that out. My name is BegaFax, and today we're going to be reviewing Crash Tag Team Racing. First off, the game starts out with a quite normal intro until out of nowhere, and I literally mean out of nowhere, Crash photobombs the picture, and then we have the logo, then we have all the characters being shot down by turrets, and then we actually get into the gameplay. And this was actually the trailer shown for this game, and I gotta admit, when I first saw this trailer, when I was like 2, I was blown away when I saw this game. I thought it looked absolutely amazing. And yes, I was playing video games at the age of 2. Anyways, in this trailer, we can clearly see that there are weapons, stunt arenas, items, and a bunch of other stuff going on. This looks very promising, but as we'll find out later, it's both sides of the spectrum. It's promising, and it's also bad. So, yeah, now that we're done with the intro, let's actually get into, the game intro, not the actual freaking trailer you see at the beginning of the game. Anyways, we then get shown a cutscene. This shows, the Bandicoots being chased by Cortex, and I gotta say, this cutscene is glitchy as all hell. Like, look at what's happening here. Why is Cortex glitching in and out of frames? Seriously, I never understood why this glitched on my version of the game. Anyways, the story is that a German scientist by the name of Ebenezer von Clutch owns a motor world, and apparently someone's stealing the power gems which power up the park. Anyways, Crash and the gang crash into the park. Now, as you can clearly see from the facial motions, it looked like the gang crashed into something like 3 times. Yet, as we can see here, all they did was have their cars collide. And then we get into the tutorial level, which is literally just that. A tutorial level. Like the ones we see in every game. Anyways, after the tutorial level, we actually get dropped into the game. And I gotta admit, this hub world, while it looks ugly due to the graphics, is still a one-of-a-kind. Although the graphics aren't the best, everything still looks colorful and vibrant, like a Crash game should. However, for some reason, I'm seeing a lot of shadows in orange. Either I'm going nuts, or, well, that's Crash. Well, Crash is orange after all, and basically every single other person he meets is orange, so I shouldn't really be complaining about something that minor. But, yeah, this tutorial, well, hub world is okay. You have 4 hub worlds to explore. You have Mystery Island, Happily Ever Faster, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Toontown, and Astroland, which will all lead you to different sections of the park. All these sections are themed after areas like pirates, fairy tales, dinosaurs, outer space, and ancient Egypt. And all these areas are very memorable. Something you can also do in this game, which I never understood, is literally whack the living crap out of the inhabitants. Seriously, you can literally whack these people around like they're rag dolls and send them flying. Hell, they even start yelling stuff at Crash for him, like attacking these people. Why is he doing that anyway? I never understood that. Anyways, you can also unlock other cars for the racers. Yeah, this is one of the main things in the game. You can unlock cars for all the racers. You have Nina, Coco, Cortex, Crunch, all the other characters. There's 2 new racers, however, this time. We have Pasadena Opossum and Ebenezer von Clutch. You do missions for these characters, and you'll unlock cars. Another thing this game has is the dioramas. Basically, by interacting with the environment, you can cause the death of Crash. And, yeah, they're funny the first time, but they start to become the same. Crash getting crushed, burned, turned on fire, fried, or just anything that involves him being completely evaporated, you can do in this game to him. Anyways, well, let's get into the main thing in the game. The main attraction, that is. This is a racing game, after all, so of course there's supposed to be racing, and Crash Tag Team Racing has a lot of it. This game copies an idea from Mario Kart Double Dash, the ability to, have two drivers in the one car. However, this time it takes it a step forward. Since you have two racers to work with, one can be the gunner, the other can be the driver. You see, there's a mechanic in this game called the gunner. Basically, whenever your cars are clashed, both cars turn into one player can control the guns. These guns can be used to shoot down vehicles, and they can actually destroy the cars and send them behind the person in last place. And seriously, every single time you kill someone, for some reason, they'll flash up on the screen showing who you killed. Like, I'm not blind, I can clearly see I just blew up someone. You don't need to make it mind-numbingly obvious. Also, this reminds me of the Boom and Bang features from Crash Boom Bang. God, seeing all those faces just pop up in the middle of my screen, taking it up, really annoyed me. Is the racing okay? It's archaic chaos. It's hellacious. It's absolutely crazy. The fact that you can shoot other drivers, blow their cars up, send them off the track, and use stuff like monkey dynamite, yes, monkey dynamite, to blow them up is absolutely absurd, crazy. It's just all over the damn place. And while this may sound ridiculous at first, trust me, that's only the tip of the iceberg. And, well, while this is crazy, and I have no idea how Von Klitsch still has this park open, it's still an insane roller coaster competing in these races. Now, you're probably wondering, why do we compete in these races? What's the purpose? Well, you don't, get through the game by completing races. You see, by playing in races, you earn Wumpa coins. You need to use Wumpa coins in order to, unlock these jump pads. By getting Wumpa coins and completing races, you can earn crystals. You can buy crystals from park workers or earn them in races, and you need to get a specific amount of crystals in order to open up the warp pad. The cost of them doubles every time. So once it'll be free, the next 6, the next 12, the next 24, and the next 36. And trust me, getting the last couple of crystals can be an extreme grind, since racing ain't so easy. You can also get costumes for the racers, but they're ridiculous. There's Engine in a tutu, Cortex as a ninja, and Crunch playing as Mr. T. Did anyone ask for this? No. Then why did we get it? Because screw you. It's okay, the fact that this is a platforming and racing game, but it's slightly confusing. Crash Tag Team Racing has a slight identity crisis. It wants to be a platformer like Twinsanity and the rest of the other Crash games, but it wants to be a kart racer like Team Racing. However, for some reason, they decided to go with both, and I don't personally like this idea. From going to, platforming to racing, it's very awkward. You'll get used to it after a while, but at first it's very uneasy. Suddenly going from platforming to car can really throw you off while racing. And also the difficulty in this game is not hard whatsoever. It is not hard. Literally, all you need to do is, get into, a clashed vehicle with either Nina, Coco, or Engine and bring the pain. Seriously, that is all you need to do, and you've won the race. All you need to do, you've won the race. All of the worlds you can compete in are awesome, and however, while there are races, there are also battle and stunt arenas. These arenas can, earn you extra crystals. In the stunt arenas, you do flips and other tricks in order to earn points. If you earn enough points and break the world record, you then earn crystals. And then there's the battle arenas, which is basically Demolition Derby, but with guns. And it's very fun. Very, very fun. It is just a blast. Oh, it's just so fun. Remember how I said in the intro that apparently someone had stole Ebenezer Von Clutch's power crystals, which allowed him to power the park? Well, it turns out near the end of the game, and spoiler alert to everyone, because you're about to see it, it turns out the person who stole the power crystals was none other than the park's mascot, Willy Wumpacheeks. Apparently, Willy was sick and tired of just being the mascot of the park and planned to take the power crystals, jump in a rocket, and escape so he could use them to take over the world like his idol, Dr. Neo Cortex. So you're probably thinking, oh, this must be an interesting and funny final boss. It isn't. This is how you beat the boss. You pull a lever. That's all you do. You pull a lever and you beat the game. That's all you do. Like, look at Willy. Why are you so surprised? Like, this is ridiculous. Okay, while this cutscene is funny, there's something I need to complain about. The control in the carts isn't good, and the graphics are bad. If you've played the game or even, well, watched the review, you will have obviously knew that. And, well, yeah, it's okay, but for a game that came out in 2005, which was a really bad year for video games, I just can't believe Crash Bandicoot was probably the worst of the lot. This final cutscene is funny and does make you, well, kind of rewarded for beating the game, but the players deserve more. They deserve a final boss that requires all their skill for beating the game. And this final boss, which is, pulling a lever, makes no sense whatsoever. So, honestly, what is my verdict on Crash Tag Team Racing? It is, well, a game with an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be, and just can't decide what it wants to do. It wants to be a kart racer, and it also wants to be a platformer. For that, I give it credit for trying something original, but it just was not the Crash game we wanted. I give Crash Tag Team Racing a 6 out of 10. It could have been a much better game, but hey, it was a first attempt for a game like this, and we haven't actually seen a game like this ever since. And I gotta admit, this game was really good. I'll let you find out the remainder of the ending and what happened for yourself. My name is Bag of Facts, and this has been my review of Crash Tag Team Racing.